There seems to be a slight problem with the lighting here. Give me just 1 second, and we'll be getting started. There we go. Much, ahem. Much better. What's good, neighborhood? It's Warframe Wednesday, so you know what that means. We're coming back at you with another tutorial stream, and this is a Warframe that, when I was making the list of frames that I wanted to cover, or when I was making the list and organizing how I wanted to cover them, this is one of the Warframes where, number one, it's one of the more recent, but number two, I kind of wanted to save it for myself because, it was just such a awesome Warframe that even now, just going back to it, I still have a lot of fun using. But yeah, I didn't want to just, put all the ones that I had the most fun with up near the forefront, because then that would make the later episodes feel lacking because I wasn't so into them. I wanted to keep that same consistency, so I had to reorder each Warframe. Basically, I had to scatter the Warframes, so to speak. Kind of spread out the ones I had the most fun with.
The system is ever changing. Our enemies grow more powerful. Only the Tenno with true mastery of their arsenal will overcome what awaits us. It is time to take on a new challenge.
But yeah, before we even get started, yes, for anyone that hasn't been keeping up with Warframe on PS4, the Steel Path has just recently dropped. This is higher difficulty, greater rewards, all the good stuff that, all the good stuff that a lot of people have been asking for.
Thank you for returning to me, Operator.
Oh, and a discount on the shop, too? I'll take it.
Tenno, you must seek me out to walk the Steel Path. I will be waiting.
Give it a bit, Teshin. We've got some other stuff to take care of. Speaking of other stuff to take care of, let's go ahead and get us set up on our proper loadout. And let me also jump in and turn on the closed captioning for any of our hearing impaired neighbors that may want to take part in this. I really did try and get everything set up today, but still got to take care of stuff around the house. But anywho, let me go ahead and introduce to you the next Warframe on our roster for Warframe Wednesday. Garuda. Now, as far as Garuda goes, she's one of the more recent Warframes that was actually introduced with the, she was actually introduced with the Fortuna update. So...
Ordis is angry. I may require maintenance after all.
Excuse me. I'm sure y'all remember when I was actually playing through the Solaris and the Vox Solaris missions, right? Well, finishing up those missions is... finishing up the main Vox Solaris mission is what gets you her component blueprints. Sorry, her main blueprint. Her components come from actually finishing different bounties in the Orb Vallis open world section. Okay, come on, come on. What would be that would be a decent secondary now for her. I'm trying to remember. I think I can go unarmed with her. Yeah, I can go slaps with her and then just use the Talons. Okay, so really quickly, one of her interesting mechanics is that if you go with no melee, then you can actually have her equip the Talons that she has on her arms and use those as her melee weapons.
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
Oh, nice. It looks like we got some stuff finished up. So I'll take that. And I will take that as well. Okay, this is actually pretty close to... This is pretty close to her normal getup. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that. Now, as per the usual, after the introductions, we're going to go hit the relay so we can start discussing her abilities. Now, just from a... I gotta say this, from a design standpoint, I absolutely love Garuda. She's got that sort of vampire countess look to her. Boom. Alright, so into the training sim. And we'll go ahead and get started. So... For Garuda's passive ability, like I mentioned, she uses her talents if she doesn't have a melee weapon equipped, but also, the lower your health, the greater your damage output. So if you're actually down to like super low health, then she'll hit harder. You know, you could say she's another berserker-type, kind of like what some have called her sister Warframe, which we covered last week, that being Valkyr. Now I'll stick with that one. The colors match up too nicely. And since we got the passives and such out of the way, let's go ahead and get ourselves loaded up. And we'll get started. So, the first ability that you get once you craft Garuda Unlocker, you know, right out of the box. Dread Mirror. Now, you see the little ring that's formed in front of her? What that ring basically does is completely negate any incoming frontal damage and absorbs it into, if you notice the little pulsing blood orb, it absorbs it into that blood orb above the mirror. That 24.2k, that's the kind of damage she'll be dealing out once you hold the ability and cast the projectile. Now do take note, charging that projectile beefs up the damage even more. So you pounce, get yourself started, channel your energy into it to beef it up to even further heights, and let it fly. Now, as I'm sure you noticed from what I was able to do just right there, Dreadmirror's got some pretty solid utility. Not just for defense, but also mobility. I mean, look how far out I am from this target. Okay, I'm not quite in range. But you get the idea. If you can sight the target from a pretty solid range, from a pretty solid distance out, you can immediately jump in and continue with the skirmish. So each quick casting of Dreadmirror, of course, will generate more damage for the Blood Orb. And then there is, of course, holding it down for however much more damage you can get out of it, depending on how much energy you still have in your stores. I probably shouldn't have been standing on that energy orb, because that right there would show off a, that's not necessarily the most, realistic damage total you can put on that thing. At least not at the start. Like, I'm over 1 million. Needless to say, it's pretty wild. But, anyway. Between the defense, the mobility, and of course the long-range projectile, Dreadmirror is it's a rather potent starting move. And then once you hit rank 3, and you get her next ability, Blood Altar. Any target you sight, she immediately rushes forward, spikes them, and impales them on spikes from the ground. You see the little red ring that's generated around it? What that will do is, for any damage you deal while within those rings, will heal you. Pretty solid ability so far, right? You can shorten the duration by casting it again to drop the enemy off of the spikes and either kill them so you can move on, or, if nothing else, set yourself up for another. Long story short, you can literally set up a field, a healing Venn diagram of sorts. And all you gotta do is just stay within that field, and you'll be healed. Once you hit rank 7, that opens up her next ability, Bloodletting. Bloodletting sacrifices her health. Allows you to do more damage. You know, pretty straightforward, right? But check this out. See that healing she's getting back from Blood Altar? Now, just from this setup alone, I'm sure you can see just how wild her ability synergy is. Now, if you're fast enough on the draw and you do a full three castings of bloodletting, it's like if you're fast enough on the draw after you do a full slate of bloodletting casts in order to beef up your damage and drop your health down to like 2 hit points, but you're inside the healing field from Blood Altar, you can pretty much make yourself immortal while stacking crazy amounts of damage. And then once you get her to rank 10, oh, by the way, bloodletting, of course, you get that at rank 5. Rank 10, that's where you open up her final ability, Seeking Talons. Now, with Seeking Talons, you can hold the cast to charge it, and what that does is it expands the targeting ring that you see around her. Point towards the bad guys, and let it fly. Now, it doesn't do great damage, but here's the thing. Slash damage causes bleeding. Anything bleeding within the field of the Blood Altar will return health to you. Even enemies that are captured on the Blood Altar can be pounced on using Dread Mirror. Take a look at my health and shields right now. Take a look at the damage that we got stacked already for the Blood Sphere. I use up all my remaining energy to power it up. 73.5k. And let it fly. Now, just really quickly before we leave the training simulation and actually go into a live fire mission, let me show you real quick the primary weapon that actually came with her, the Nagantaka. This bad boy crossbow launcher, right? But if you use the alternate fire, it unloads everything remaining in the clip. And of course, these bolts do slash damage. More bleeding, more blood for the Blood Goddess. You get the idea. And that, in a nutshell, that's Garuda. let's jump back to... Yeah, let's jump back to the relay for a little bit. Because what we do next is real simple. Firstly, let's take another look at her arsenal real quick, because either way it goes, you're going to want to hook her up with mods that will, for starters, boost her health so that way you can stay alive longer. But you're also definitely going to want power strength and duration so that her abilities can not only hit harder but last longer. Same kind of thing. I could probably work up a extreme mod setup for her a little bit later. Excuse me. But I think our next destination here is actually going to be Teshin. Because what we're going to do is open up the steel path, and we're going to take her in to see just how well she can do against level 100 plus enemies in a live fire combat scenario.
The enemy has learned your measure. The lessons you taught have made them wise. Their hatred for you making them strong.
Oh, really?
You are a blade forged and honed, true. But even the sharpest of blades can break, and they must break you, lest you lay them low, now and forever. Show me what you have learned. Survive. To the victor, my esteem and the spoils.
Let's do it. So, for anybody watching that's, that could possibly be interested in Warframe, any questions so far? Okay, now just a quick heads up. Fighting along the steel path means I have to go through and take on every stage on the star chart once again. Level 101 to 103. Let's go. I can't wait. I'm so pumped. I'm probably gonna get torched. Either that, or I've probably got the kind of setup that I'll need to survive. Let's find out, shall we?
These are worthy foes. Underestimate them at your peril.
Hey, what's good, Blue? Good to see you. shit. There we go. So I'm gonna have to play this very carefully. Gotta keep the mirror between me and the bullets. This is getting bad. Oh, that's what I should have done. And I see now the mistake that I made in the loadout here. I need to have Garuda hooked up with a Hunter Adrenaline or Rage mod. So that way whenever she takes damage, it'll give her additional energy to cast her abilities. There we go. Okay, note to self. Enemies along the steel path hit hard. Like, I've barely taken out 11 out of the 66 mission target enemies, and I've already died once. Gotcha. Oh boy. Okay. Gotta keep myself safe for just a moment and keep my shields up. Oh crap. The mirror dropped. Help! Almost worked out. Okay, so here's what we do. We do this. We do this. Yes, that's it.
glass resonance in your neighborhood.
Really? Really? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
There's less than nothing left of who they once were.
There we go. Stay up there just long enough to keep me healed. That's the good stuff. I'll take that.
They're tough, but no glass is unbreakable.
Oh crap, not enough energy. That's enough out of you. Okay, maybe halfway through. Oh crap. Oh crap. I need healing. Ah. Healing received. There we go. There it is. Jesus. We'll just string him up for a second. Trying to hurt any of the doggies.
Tenno, my readings indicate an increasingly dense neural network beneath the forest floor. This could only mean one thing. The Silver Grove is nearby.
Come here. Get down from there. Seeing this run going, I'm sure you now understand just a little bit of what you gotta set up to keep Garuda alive, especially in these higher level missions. almost call her squishy, to be honest. But then she can very quickly go from being squishy, like, she can quickly go from being a glass cannon to being an absolute powerhouse. Almost had it. There we go. I can take at least. Oh boy. Out of energy. Not good. Man, they were just chewing through my shields, too. See if there's someplace where I can actually get some energy. Probably not. And I'm 18 enemies short. Oh boy. No. Okay, anything. No energy. I gotta play it smart. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Wait. Yes. Okay, got some energy. Now I can actually work something out. Oh, I just ran headlong into that. don't get to do that. Oh, wait. That's right. I can use bloodletting to restore my energy. Oh my god, I can't believe I... See? You guys aren't the only ones learning. It's a revised learning experience for me, too. Oh. Get down from there. I'll take you. I'll take you. See, it's like these guys are just vending machines for me now. Two more to go. And with that...
The enemy is broken. Done. Now get to extraction.
Got a motor. Move, 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 move.
You are a blade. You exist to strike. You strike to win. The lesson ends.
And even with relatively sloppy play on my part and, you know, forgetting what my abilities can do, even with that, Garuda herself is still a dynamite Warframe who can survive any onslaught if you keep your wits about you and keep in mind what her abilities themselves can do. Woo. So, I don't think there's really much else that can... Yeah, there's not much else that can or even really needs to be said. Like if you want a berserker-type Warframe that has incredible survivability just from her kit alone, let alone the mods, then Garuda is definitely going to be your best bet. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and drop the tutorial stream for now. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know it's not quite an hour, but you know, I can't really go any further into it without getting into more technical details. But this is just for beginners. This is just for, you know, fellow rookies. So if you've got any further questions, hit me up on Twitter at BlazinAceNelson, or once this goes live on YouTube, drop a question in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them for you to the best of my ability. But until next time, keep on gaming. Stay good, neighborhood.